Okay, so guys, this is the chart of the next relation coming up April 17, 2026. It's in new moon in Aries. And this new moon, as you can see, it's right here. Okay, it's conjunct Chiron. Aries is Drake's ninth house. In that house, we have Saturn on that day, conjunct Mars, conjunct Mercury, conjunct Neptune. Okay, and all those planets that making a trine, all those planets are 7 degrees here, that making a trine to his Saturn in Sagittarius. Okay, so before we lock in into this particular delineation right here, okay, I want to take a look at this again. We are on his Uranus is no longer Uranus is about to ingress into his 11th house of friends. Okay, but you have Venus in domicile in Taurus, conjunct his North Node. You have transit part of fortune, conjunct his MC. Well, sorry, Venus in domicile conjunct his MC, and she's conjunct part of fortune during that lunation. Who is rising? Uh, okay, great. It's Taurus rising. It's not just any rising, it's his MC at 24 degrees. Drake's MC is rising on that day, okay, of that lunation. Why? I am telling you guys that the days following this lunation is why I believe Drake should not wait, because Uranus is still at freaking 59 at 29 degree 32 minutes. Okay? It's in and it's about a week later, 8 days later, that is gonna be going into Gemini, right? But wait, let's keep looking at these configurations. Why this chart is so freaking great. There's so many arguments for this, and this is why I think that this album needs to come out now. Okay, the new moon in Aries conjunct Chiron. Okay, so let's just start with that. That means we have to go into the eclipses. Yet I wanted to make a separate video just for the eclipses. During the eclipse season, especially the one of 2024, Drake was having a nodal return. But it was not just having a nodal return, his nodal return was peppered with transit Chiron conjunct his north node. And Chiron is always pain, is healing, is the wound, right? And we know what happened. We know what happened. We don't need to research the whole thing, okay? You see this thing right here on the node, and who is part of the whole Chiron is right there, part of that new moon. You see that? Part of that solar eclipse. Now, it was also making a square to his natal Uranus. Oh no, it was making a trine. So it was freeing him. What I hate the most is when it looks like a trine in my chart, and I'm going through hell. That means my soul agreed to this, but I'm not living it well, right? You have a Jupiter conjunct Uranus in his 10th house, making a direct opposition to Jupiter is making an opposition to his Venus, and Uranus is making an opposition to his Mercury. All this on his MCIC line. Okay, this was the eclipses. This is how they show up, and don't forget these eclipses were also nodal returns for Drake. Okay, so every 18 years, 18 and a half years, your nodal placement will return to his original place. Okay, and this is noteworthy. Why? Because number one, I'm going to try to tie many things at the same time here. In 2006, when Drake showed up on the scene, if you remember, we did that with the Uranus and Pisces. Yet Uranus is making a trine to his Pluto and is part of his grand water trine. Okay, but check this out. It's not just a trine. Drake is having a nodal return. You see here, nodal is right here. Drake was having his first nodal return when he shows up on the scene. And this is what we talked about. We talked about this Uranus conjunct Jupiter, Uranus conjunct Mercury, making a trine to his Pluto right here, and it will get into this trine right here. Okay, mark that because nodal returns and nodal reverse are extremely important in your trajectory. Also, peep this: Saturn is in Leo, a fire sign, making a trine to his Saturn. Okay, this is his entry to the world. This is his first project that he's going to release. And clearly, the project is in such high demand that I don't know whether he has a contract or not, but it will move on to a second project. Okay. This is all I want to say. But peep this. This is the beginning of his, well, this is the end, towards the tail end of his nodal return. So during his nodal return, what did Buddy do? He started thinking, because it takes time to record, right? He didn't put that tape together overnight. He shows up on the scene. This is how he decided to direct his life. And self-directing in Aries, I'm taking charge. Okay. All right. Now, did I tell you that a nodal return is every 18 years? 18 years. So halfway through that is what is 9 years. Okay. We are in 2006. What happens 9 years from now? 9 years from now is 2015. Okay. Now Drake is having a reversal. What happens in 2015? In 2015, well, isn't that the year Mr. Drake went to get into a beef with what's his face? McMill, right? That's the summer we spent. Look where the nodes are. Now, this is a north node. You see the forward looking bell? This is the reverse bell. Okay. The node is right here in Aries. It's reversed. And this is the south node. This is the north node in Libra. Okay. Uh, south node, north node. I want to show you something about Drake's chart because we can fuck. If you see, Drake is born 1 0 minutes Scorpio 33, the 0 degree Scorpio 33 minutes, and the node is right here in Libra at 20 degrees, right? So that means not too long ago the node was conjunct his sun. But guess what? If you look at the lunations of that year, which is his year of birth, 1986, look what happens here. There is an eclipse. These are eclipses. You see here? These are full moons, new moons, eclipse, solar eclipse, lunar eclipse. Drake is an eclipse baby. Okay. And actually this is an eclipse for me as well, but that's besides the point. On October 17, a week before Drake's birth, there is an eclipse. in Aries, Libra. Okay, Drake is a eclipse baby. This is the moon is in Libra, the moon the sun is in Libra, the moon is in Aries, conjunct the north node. Okay, that means it's the full moon. You get that? Now it's a full moon in Aries. So him particularly is already extremely sensitive to eclipse season, but more particularly to eclipses on the Aries Libra axis. Okay, so you see what happens with McMill? It is this on this day? Let's start. We have, is that the McMill? Okay, July 15. The South Node is in Aries, the North Node is in Libra. It's a reverse. This is the first battle. This is the first time Drake is confronted. While doing all my research on Drake, and because I've been tracking this chart for so long, and that's how I knew prior to the battle. There's an eclipse coming up. It's about to get your sun, and Pluto's making a square. Lilo, okay, but motherfuckers will do what they want to do. the I think it was an interview with Joe Button, and Drake is talking about like, oh well, if there's a beef, he wouldn't know how to react. We're talking about ancient, authentic, original. Don't know the N word Drake yet. Okay, he's straight out the boonies of Forest Hill. Uh, he's talking about like he's a lover, not a fighter. He will know nobody. He's not. If somebody comes at him, he ain't gonna do shit. Well, guess what? When this one came through in 2015, I guess motherfuckers got a lot more to lose at this stage. And it's not just about I ain't gonna do shit. Now pay attention here. Saturn is at 28 degrees of Scorpio. Okay, just about to ingress into Sagittarius. We're talking about a Saturn return already. We talking about the Saturn return years for Drake, which by the way, his whole baby is a Saturn return because it's on something 17. So now all of a sudden motherfuckers that ready to throw for balls. I ain't gonna do shit no more because now transit Uranus is conjunct his north node, and it's making a trine to not only his Uranus, it's also making a trine to his part of fortune. This is the battle with Mick on a nodal reversal. Okay, and guess what? Talking about the trine to his part of fortune. I don't want to start using the who wins or lose, because if I start using that now, I have to use it all the way through, right? But also, the transit Pluto here making an opposition to his moon, that's dark night of the soul. Okay. That is huge transformation to your emotional world. I had a transit Pluto making a square to my moon. I think it was the onset of my awakening. I think it's one of the huge markers actually of onset of awakening. And because your soul has to shed what no longer serves purpose, habits that you use to suit yourself, keep the peace, that no longer serves you going forward in your evolution. Okay, so and it's not any it's not any Pluto moon opposition. You got sun, moon. You got, this is gonna be a new moon in Cancer, I guess. Yeah, in a few hours, moon is gonna be here. You got sun, Mars, Mercury. Oh, and and moon in Cancer, all on his moon, making it. He didn't live that well. He did not live that well. And anytime you have Mars Mercury, you have the signature of a battle rap. Okay. Mars Mercury is it's fast wordplay, it's wordplay of attack. you know uh Kendrick is Mars Mercury in Cancer, defender of the family, defender of the foundation. Yeah, it was that Drake's victory lap. Yeah, Drake went ham on this guy. He went, I think we all remember where we were during that back to back, to the finger, is that your world tour, your girls tour? I think we all remember those days, right? That's what it looks like. Okay, then, yeah. um what else is notable about this chart? Jupiter Venus in his first house. Come on, his first house in Leo. He's making a show out of it. But I don't know, because is Venus is already at 28 degree. What does she look like on the day of the battle? Because the battle was what, 22nd, 29? Let's put on the 29. Where is Venus? I think she's in the second house, so you probably made hella money with that. No, Venus is still what, she just ingressed into Virgo. So that means on the 22nd, and those days she was conjunct. Did Venus go retrograde that year in Leo? Let's take a look. Let's pick a window. We're the retrograde table. That's what, 2015? Don't we love astrology? What do we have? 2015? Okay, I gotta move along because we have to finish the other part. But it looks like, yes, Venus is retrograde that year. On July 25th, she stations and she will come back and conjunct Jupiter in his first house. Can it get any more auspicious than that? Can it get any more auspicious than that? And this is the ruler of his 10th house in Taurus, conjunct Jupiter in his first house. Okay, all right then. I see what happened here. So let's go back here. So the battle would make, okay, we've established it in a nodal reversal. Okay, we've established that Drake is a eclipse baby. He's hella sensitive to the Libra Aries energy. And now fast forward this to 2024. Guess what we have? Guess what we have? Again, an eclipse in Aries Libra axis. Okay? And this time it's his nodal return. Okay? But it's not just a nodal return. Look at all this energy on his north node. Okay? Look at all this energy right here on his north node. Right? And this is the north node conjunct Chiron. This is the battle everybody's still talking about 2 years later. Okay, that hip hop cannot get over itself, right? This is the battle that got the transit Jupiter conjunct Uranus conjunct his MC. This is okay, and you have Saturn Mars on his Jupiter. Now, if you say that Jupiter is luck, okay, and it's your expansion. Now you have transit Saturn pumping brakes on that expansion. Yeah, buddy, no. No, 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 ain't happening. And then you have this Uranus directly conjunct your MC. Not good, not good. So we know what happened here, right? But this is the nodal return, and you see, every time there is a reversal, and this is 9 years apart. You see the pattern of the battle, right? Now we know what happened. Today we were looking at. I have to close some of these windows. Today we were looking at exactly the 17. We are the 17. First of all, huge marker. Remember in 2006, Saturn was in Leo, his first house, making a trine to his Saturn. Here, Saturn is in Aries. His first sign is Leo, a fire sign. Aries, a fire sign. Sagittarius, a fire sign. So the Saturn is making a trine again, just like when he released his first mixtape. Okay, Saturn conjunct Mars, conjunct Mercury, conjunct Neptune. Okay, all these at 7 degrees, that making a trine aspect to his Saturn, Sagittarius, fire, fifth house, ruler of his six and seven. Okay, peep that. Two, you have transit Venus conjunct his MC. Okay, three, remember how we pointed to you that Drake was a eclipse baby. That lunation prior his birth is at in Libra on October 17. This is April 17 in Aries. He's a full moon baby. This is a new moon lunation. This is the first lunation after the eclipse. Okay. This is the eclipse energy is done. Whatever took place. Okay. For everyone, it's time to move the fuck on. For every party involved, I feel. I mean, who cares? But this energy is moving him forward. Another thing is this: Drake's ascendant is at 29 degrees Leo. Taurus, Uranus in Taurus is at 29 degree, making a square to his ascendant. Okay, this is going to disrupt, and it's going to disrupt his identity, how he's showing up in the world before it goes in his house of his fan base, right? And you have Venus D as well, conjunct his MC. Highly auspicious. Venus rules his MC. Venus rules Taurus. You have Venus in Taurus in domicile. You have Jupiter exalted. Okay, in Cancer. You have a Mars in domicile. What else do you want? What else do you want? You have a new moon conjunct Chiron. It's the energy is moved away from your north node. This is not the story playing out anymore, right? This is not the story playing out anymore. Now, if we want to delineate, uh, just you have Mercury conjunct Mars right here. That's battle words. That's battle words. That's battle rap. And Aries, come on, it's on and popping a milli rock on any block, right? And then you have Mercury conjunct Neptune. That's highly idealistic. This is also very poetic, right? So I feel like this body of work can expect, you can expect some bars, some serious bars, because you also have the Saturn conjunct Mercury. I think this is going to be very weighty. This is going to weigh his words very carefully. And all that is making a trine to his Saturn, in his fifth house, right? So this lunation, right before the ingress into Gemini, his house of fans, is extremely interesting to me. Why Drake people or his team would not use this energy. This is not annual energy. This is prime for a massive release, And in Aries, you have seven planets in Aries, where your North Node is. This is launching. This is a new you. You taking action. This is inception. This is inception. And then you have auspicious Venus conjunct your North Node, conjunct your MC right here. Come on, man. You be a fool not to take advantage of that, of this particular energy to launch a project. Okay. Well, this is what I believe. If somebody's smart in that camp, this is what they should use to a new day.